Hi.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hi, guys. Welcome again.
Yeah, welcome to this new episode of Our Home Front.
Yeah.
My name is Florence Okichukwu.
And my name is Iyke and Florence.
And
we're married.
Okay, so today's episode, we're going to be talking about developing trust in relationship.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to be telling you how we were able to develop trust in our relationship.
And
we're not there yet. It's work in progress.
Yeah.
But we feel like we have covered a few miles.
Yeah.
And would like to share that with you guys.
Yep. And one of the things that we'd always say and we'll continue to say is that we're not an authority on any of these things. We're just sharing our experience so that people can actually learn from it. And we hope that people actually share their experiences with us too on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page, and on our YouTube page. And let's talk, let's ask questions, what do we want to talk about? What do you think? What plagues you the most? What is it about relationship that's disturbing you? Please come up, type it up, ask us, send a video, anything, just, so we can talk about it and share from your experience and from ours, actually.
Yeah, we'll just learn from each other.
Yeah.
So, having said that, what is trust to you, Iyke?
Trust. Okay, simply put, I think trust is believing the other person. Trust is...
Did you say blindly?
Yeah, to a large percentage, yes, because you do not entirely know the person, you're just trusting. So it's a blind belief. I believe that you're a good person. I believe that I can
trust my heart with
yes,
you.
Yes. I can tell you things about myself. I can divulge my deepest feelings and and all that to you, and you will not take it for granted. You respect me, on all that.
It's a huge risk.
Oh yes, it is actually.
Especially when you're just starting the relationship.
Yes.
And you tell yourself, okay, it's a new relationship, clean slate, let's go in like it's actually new and just be in the moment. And then you make a decision to tell this person everything that you feel, everything that you think, how you feel about the person, what you feel about issues, how you see life, how you see the world.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't even tell yourself all the truth. Okay, so I think that there's some things I know about myself now that I didn't know in the last 3-4 years ago. So I feel like with each day you realize something about yourself, and you would like to think that your spouse is also seeing and realizing stuff about you, and you just hope that makes them love you even more. I mean that's trust.
I think that's one of the hardest things in a relationship. I know how hard it was for me to trust back then when I was much younger, when I was dating. I know it was really hard because it's like you're giving yourself. You're believing that the person will not fall your hand. Literally. You get. And I know that's one of the hardest things that for us this time around in relationship.
Because sometimes you are tempted to filter.
Yes, that's what comes with lack of trust now. You get to hold back a part of you that you will not necessarily do. Like for a long time she didn't know that I was Superman. So and in the course of our relationship, I had to not show her my costume and all that. So I needed to trust her with all that. It took me a while. Oh, I just told you guys. Okay, I trust you guys. Yeah.
As a superwoman, when you're going into a new relationship, sometimes you bring all the baggage from the old ones. In fact, most times, and it kind of forms your opinion of men, for some women, or women in generally. And you tell yourself that I have to protect myself, which is natural. I mean, you put up this defense mechanism, so you put up a front in the relationship. The person you truly are is not the person that you show this relationship. And then it falls on his face and you say, oh, it wasn't going to work in the first place. Maybe it would have worked. It's just because you didn't show your real face.
So I totally agree with you, and I remember we talked about it in one of our last episodes, our old episodes.
Possibly.
Yeah, and we said that people come with baggages into relationship. Because they've been heartbroken before, they have been wounded before. They don't want to trust because they feel that their heart has taken a lot of bruises and and
It's
stabs.
totally understandable.
Yes, but the thing is that when you put one leg into something, the truth is that it will not work well. That's the crazy thing about relationship. That's the crazy thing about dating someone or marriage. I mean, use that word. If you are dating someone, if you know that this is the person, you have to
All
go in. It's a risk.
All in.
It's a risk. It's always a risk. I know a number of times when I was dating, I was smashed. It took me a while, but I had to learn it. In fact, there was a book I read that I saw this part of it. I can't forget. Let me paraphrase. It says you have to heal before you get into another relationship. If you don't heal, you would take that pain into the next one. And healing for me was forgiving, or rather, moving on, forgiving the person for the hurts, so that I won't take that same hurt. And because what I like to note here, if you like a rebound, if you move from one relationship and jump to the next one, man, that person that you're seeing will suffer. And because you are going to go in with 1 foot, the person would also give you 1 foot, and from that 1 foot, the relationship starts going, okay, you don't tell me some things, okay, I won't tell you. You don't want to show me your true feelings, okay, I won't show you. It's a subconscious thing, and you notice that you start distancing
each other,
like for us now, when we started dating, I realized that it took us a while, but because we started off as friends, it was easier for us to tell each other how we really.
No airs.
Yeah. I wasn't forming for her. When you start a relationship with someone and you guys are.
Especially when you say, okay, we're going on a date.
Yes.
This is a relationship.
You
From
start,
that minute,
yes.
you have that mind games.
Yes, like my friend said, if you have a loaf of bread, you be giving her, one slice.
One slice at a time.
It gets. You just tell yourself, I can't show my true self, or she will see me finish. But she needs to see you finish to be able
and
to.
Vice versa.
Yes, and to be able to understand and know what she's getting into, or what he's getting into. You get, but it's hard. But that is why you need to do it. It's a risk. You have to take it, because if you don't take it, the other person will not know how much. I know relationship has broken because of this thing.
Of course.
At the end of the day, you'll be like, I didn't really show this guy how I felt, how much I love that.
And that one kills even more.
Yeah, and you're like, I beg, let her go, Joe. That your ego has kicked in. Or you be like, that guy, I'm not really sure. Because what I like to know, if you give, what you give comes back to you.
You get.
If you tell a girl how you feel about her, fine, she might be a crazy one, but if she's actually the one, she would love you more for it. She'll be like, for this guy to open up like this, you open up more. That's how you begin trust. You begin your walk towards trust. Communication.
Yeah, it still boils down to communication.
Yeah.
Do you think sometimes we don't even know how to communicate? Because for some, especially, I'm not trying to be a sexist here, but I feel like some men find it difficult to articulate their true emotions. Like, I feel like it's too girly to start saying, girl, that, this is how I feel about what she said to me yesterday. But sometimes it can be very liberating if you're able to tell your partner how you feel. Because if you don't tell me that I hurt you, or how it is that I hurt you, how am I supposed to know and make amends?
It's part of the thing that I was telling you now. We don't want our ego to be crushed. So most times we don't show our true emotions. So if the girl is hurting him, we'll be like, how she know now? Meanwhile, dying inside.
Because it's one leg in, one leg out.
Yes. Meanwhile, you want to take her to a room and tell her, babe, this thing you're doing, I don't like it. Why don't we walk this thing? Her boy will be like, how she know now? Yeah, at the end of the day, it happens to a lot of people, and because of the hurt that they have felt from the past, forgive the person, get closure somehow. Even if the person is no longer there, get closure for yourself. Tell yourself, let me move on. Let the hurt and feeling that I felt for this person, let it be with this person, because this next person, that initial what's it called now, attitude you throw to that person might form the rest of the relationship with this new person. You know, you're coming from this one, you're hurt, and you're like, I won't tell a girl how much I love her anymore. I know guys have said that many times. I would like use the L word. Am I mad? Like said, now she try. You get, and girls too say the same thing. I would like to tell the guy I love him. Why? You know, let's just. And most times it becomes only physical. You guys are just there to get what's the physical part of the relationship, and there's no emotional connection. And at the end of the day, you guys part each other, and what have you gained? Just one other guy or just one other girl that came, and meanwhile she would have been somebody to you.
Do you think then that, I think I've asked this question several times, but really, I mean, I must really want an answer if I'm asking it several times. Do you then think that dating has any advantage? Dating several people?
Dum 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 dum. Okie dokie. Now for me, this question is
personal.
It's personal. Like, let me answer it personally. I dated quite. I don't know what quite means, but I dated like 5. Hope I'm not leaving anybody out. But yeah, I know there's like up to 5. I think 5 ladies.
I think it was 6.
Or 6. Because of my relationship, because of my life before I got married, and to a large extent, I tried as much as possible to be true to the relationships, and I told myself that each one I dated, I told myself that it might end up in marriage. So it kind of made me respect the person, or I tried to respect the person and treat the person right, because my idea of relationship is it's going to end in marriage. Now that is me. If you tell yourself it's going to end in marriage,
like it gives you a different perspective of how to handle the relationship.
Yes, that's one. Then secondly, I told myself, why would I want to get so physical now when I know that I'm going to spend my entire life with this person, getting it down? It's me. You know, and that is how it kind of shaped me all the way. So I made sure that each of them, I tried to treat them well, and I know I didn't plan to get physical with them, because I knew it was going to end up in marriage. So that if I break up with them today, they won't look back and say this guy is an asshole. Sorry, want of another word. They won't look back and say this guy is a jerk, or this guy took advantage of me, or this guy did this. No, we broke up. Everybody goes and everybody's happy. And
well, not really happy, but
well, not really happy, but
can easily move on.
Yes, can easily move on.
Because when sex is involved, it becomes
everything is muddled up. Everything is muddled up. Well, we don't understand that part. It's eventually that when we leave the relationship and when we end up in marriage, I will now start saying, that thing I did with this person comes back to me. I'm like, Chinedu. When Vivian was, and it messes up. And because when you have a relationship with a guy or a girl in a relationship, emotions, you won't be able to think straight anymore. You won't be logical as you used to be once sex is involved.
Yeah, very true. Takes away your reasoning. Kind of makes you more blinded. Yeah. Clouds your judgment. Well, for me, I didn't date much guys. Maybe because I had the trust issue thing from the get-go. Maybe I was factory fitted up. Because I don't think I had any relationship before him that lasted more than 3 months. I mean, I used to be I told you guys, I'm very impatient. So I give you 3 months, it doesn't work. Somehow. Okay, there's a prayer I always make anyway. You know that my prayer?
Oh, yes. Fantastic prayer.
Okay, God, this guy, you've put him in my life. If he's the guy, let him stay. If he's not the one, let him go. And trust me, within 3 months, something will just happen. The guy will either lose my number, he will not call me again, or I will just lose interest. I will just ghost the guy. By the way, I didn't start dating till I was in my final year in the university. That was when I felt if I had a relationship, I could think of it going somewhere. And that was when I started having my relationships. Prior to that, it was school. I was your go to school, go to library, go to church, go to the hostel kind of girl. No apologies. I wore my badge of honor with pride. There were temptations. I mean, I went to Unilag. There were temptations. But I knew what I wanted, and I stuck to it. And that's what I'm going to tell any young girl out there. The fact that everybody's doing something wrong doesn't make it right. And the fact that nobody's doing something right doesn't make it wrong. Just be you. Just be true to you. Be able to look yourself in the mirror. Be able to stand and say, this is what I did, and I can stand by it anytime, any day. That's what I believe.
That was heavy.
Yeah, very therapeutic. I feel like you're my doctor now.
Thank you.
She'll be lying down on this couch and you're sitting there and you're saying, so how does that make you feel? So how do you think we've been able to develop trust in our in our marriage? What are the key things that you think we've been able to get right?
I think it's communication.
Yes.
Whenever I'm outside and something happens to me, I always want to come home and tell her, give her the gist in details. Because whenever you do that, it helps. The minute you start holding things back,
when someone slides into your DM, show your spouse. Unless you intend to act on it. No, but it's the truth. If you don't intend to act on it,
very true,
and someone slides into your DM and they're flirting and all that, and you don't, then you know that you want to act on it. As far as you don't want to, show him or her. And it also helps you, serves as some kind of checks and balance for you, because there will always be temptation. Once you show it to her, trust me, or him, the novelty of it is gone.
True. Really.
So I think trust means just laying it all out there. You are all in or you are all out.
Well said.
Oh.
Make you feel good, right?
No. We really need to work on trusting each other. You just need to work on trusting your marriage, because it's important. There are cases where you hear of men, suspecting their wives and wives suspecting their husbands, sometimes unfounded. But what feeds that suspense, or what feeds that doubt for your spouse, is usually not knowing where they're going to. You don't tell your wife where you're going to. You don't tell her when you're coming back. You don't tell her how your money come in, or where you spend it on, or what you spend it on.
To cut you, there's a flip side to this. So, people find it hard to trust their partners, and that's why sometimes, like we usually say, if you're going through your spouse's phone
and text messages, you will see something.
You will see something.
Yes.
You must see something.
Yes. And you just kill yourself
for nothing.
Yes.
You must see something, because what you're looking for, like I said, you might be there. Somebody will say hi. That hi will not be. You
will now go to her page. Check her out.
The hi will be high. What kind of high is this? Why the high? Why is the eye looking like
and
this?
And then I gave her a smiley. Why did you send the smiley?
That smiley is looking different. Not the usual regular smiley that you like. Why did you use that particular smiley?
Paranoia.
I tell you, you will definitely find something. So dial it down a notch. Dial it down, And funny enough, when you not act on those things, even if your spouse did not intend to do anything in the first place, you are indirectly feeding that that thing that we humans always say, I didn't do anything, but let me cook my do the thing that she's actually accusing me of, or let me do the thing that he's accusing me of. It's vice versa.
So on that note, we want to say a big thank you guys for always supporting us, and to further support us, subscribe to 1704 Productions on our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, our home front, and our Facebook as well. And let's talk, let's share. Don't be stingy with your experience. Don't be stingy with your knowledge. Let's share.
And for those people who have been chatting and dropping likes and all that, thank you guys. You guys have been awesome. Thank you. So till we'll meet again, it is goodbye from us.
What's that one? Is that Russian?
No, it's Iyke accent. It's goodbye from us. Take care.
Goodbye.
Like you're Indian.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. My hands are together.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you.